Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the podcast where we look at an upcoming event in the Astrology and Numerology, and we're going to check out a very exciting lunation, the first lunation of the year, the Capricorn new moon, happening on January 11th, so 1/1/2024. Such an exciting date, as I'll get into shortly. But this Capricorn new moon happens with the sun and moon at 20 degrees. And it will be the third of 5 consecutive new moons at 20 degrees, which in itself is quite amazing because when the sun and moon are together, 2020, it means 2020 vision is activated. Clarity, insights, shining the flashlight really closely on whatever it is we need to see. And because it's the first lunation and happening on the 11th, new beginnings, the portal, and because the date for 1/11/2024 also adds up to 11, so we literally have the 11/11 portal open. This is really very significant. So the 2020 aspect of this third of 5 consecutive new moons means that we are aligning with incredible truth. We are seeing things much more clearly over these months, leaning into the new year, of course. Now, at the same time, in the full moons, we have consecutive full moons at 5 degrees, and that's the number of freedom. So freedom and clarity are really magnified at this time. So sun and moon at 20 degrees, universal day and date is 11, both 20 and 11 reduced to the number 2. 2 is the number of diplomacy, of two people coming together, listening closely, being intimate. So this is very much about being inspired and always seeking harmony in everything. So the number 2 is the number of peace, the number that seeks balance and seeks to look at the other side, to listen closely and gain wisdom and understanding. So these are going to be key themes in 2024 because we are starting this way. We also began with a very powerful January 1 code. If you remember, Mercury stationed direct that day in Sagittarius. Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, stationed direct literally hours before that. So there's a lot of joy as well and expansion. And Mercury in Sagittarius means positive thinking, positive words, positive communication, as opposed to going into stories and future scenarios that are negative, so worry and fear. So all of these are being activated in the first month on very potent days, and then now we come to Capricorn. So we have this lunation in Capricorn, and Capricorn governs our career sector, our destiny, what we're here to do, what the world sees us do in terms of our passion, right? Something that we bring, our abilities, our gifts. It's ruled by Saturn, Capricorn, and Saturn is about work and being disciplined and taking life seriously and timing. And so this new moon at 20 degrees means that we are going to be listening more, seeing more clearly, and working more closely, intimately with whoever we are serving through our work. Now, because there are so many ones in this code, it is a time to explore other ways of pursuing your career, maybe new projects or marketing your projects in a different way. Knowing that you have a voice, but that voice may carry a more profound, courageous message this year. After all, 2024 is an 8 universal year of leadership and courage. So it really is about manifestation and bringing your goals into an actual practical expression so that they can be of service to others. Others can either purchase from you or others will receive something from you through your job that is very meaningful, very encouraging to them, and empowering to them, and you as well, of course. So the discipline through Capricorn and also Saturn, the planning and the being realistic as opposed to looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, pie in the sky, right? We need to really see that how we approach everything really carries meaning that is both practical and spiritual. And to help us with that, the sun and moon are trying to Uranus. Uranus will be at 19 degrees Taurus, the sun and moon, of course, 20 degrees Capricorn. And that really impacts our independence and our willingness to do things in a new way, a unique way, a way that may be unconventional, definitely uses innovation and a sense of ingenuity, being the inventor of some new way that you get inspired by. So this trine to Uranus is lightening the energy. Uranus rules the new age we're moving into as we speak, the Aquarian age. And so we are all being asked to not carry these heavy loads that are more represented by a sign like Capricorn and a planet like Saturn, which takes responsibility, and lighten the energy without taking away from the actual meaning and message. So Uranus inspires us to channel our inner genius, to really understand we have an ability to do something in a very unique way. We don't have to copy someone else. We can get inspired, motivated by others, but we don't want to be cookie cutter and politically correct. We want to branch out. We want to not toe the line, but receive divine guidance that inspires us and gives us the incredible magnetism that this whole year represents. So in this way, you don't care what others actually think about it. You just care that you have inspiration that is motivational and that inspires. So the opinions of others carry no meaning whatsoever. You're basically taking your power back in that way, right? That's the unique factor. So all you want to focus on is, what is my true expression from within? Does it ring true to me in my heart? And then it will carry tremendous force. Now remember that Capricorn is the sign that Pluto is currently at the very, very, very end of. So Pluto's at late 29 degrees by the time we have this Capricorn new moon, and will be leaving on January 20th, I believe it is, 20th, 21st. So Pluto is leaving Capricorn and will be out of that sign for most of the year, except for a 2.5 month period from September 1st to November 19th. And then it will be history for Capricorn and Pluto. Then it moves into Aquarius for 20 straight years until 2044. So really what we're going to see most of this year is Pluto leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. And that means that this final few days, right after this Capricorn new moon, that Pluto is right at the very end on the critical 29th degree, the final degree, is going to be very potent, very strong energy, a lot of Capricornian energy, where you're going to be empowering yourself and releasing yourself from beliefs, from ideas that are old. Pluto purges, Pluto transforms, Pluto changes, and Pluto really, in a sense, allows you to completely let go and say no to anything that is an impediment to you. And these would be usually beliefs, habits, ideas that are old school. They don't apply to you anymore. They were hand-me-downs. And so, again, they may carry a load, an impediment that then impedes the joy and freedom that you seek. That is so important for this year. Remember, we started this year with such a joyful, Jupiter-themed, Sagittarian-themed message on January 1st. And so there really is this opportunity now to move forward with that kind of positive energy. So another beautiful trine, aside from the one to Uranus from the sun and moon, is a trine between Mars and Jupiter. Speaking of Jupiter, Jupiter will be at 5 degrees in Taurus and Mars at 5 degrees in Capricorn. So it will be an exact trine. And 5 is the number of freedom. 5 is the number of the current full moon cycle, which is happening at 5 degrees. So again, it echoes the message of Uranus, freedom, independence, liberation. Mars loves that idea to begin with. Jupiter makes it larger, bigger, because Jupiter makes everything in terms of it, what it touches, it enhances it, it magnifies it. So Jupiter sees the big vision, is very excited about the new beginnings of the vision, which Mars represents. And there's an increased desire to succeed, to apply your intentions, to focus them on what brings you joy, Jupiter, and then see the results unfold, and probably rapidly because Mars moves quickly, and making positive goals that help you take the initiative that you then benefit from because of all these wonderful opportunities that this transit brings. Now, Mars and Jupiter together also create a trine to Saturn. And this is very important because Saturn rules Capricorn and thus rules this new moon. Saturn is at 4 degrees in Pisces. So this is also a beautiful triangle that's created. And when Mars and Saturn come together, there's a sense of a lot of energy, taking your work seriously, making time to commit to things that are meaningful, especially relationships, and having the patience, because Saturn slows things down. And, Mars usually can get impatient, but this will give you that sense of timing and waiting it out and allowing things to unfold naturally. That really helps with successful outcomes. And then Jupiter sextile Saturn is very helpful for tremendous growth and a time for you to take a risk, try a new approach, and gain a lot of self-awareness and wisdom. So you also take your responsibilities seriously, but you do so in a very happy-go-lucky way. So you allow life to guide you. It's like this divine faith that you have. And even if you have a restriction from Saturn, because Saturn does restrict in order for you to focus on what's most important, so it restricts distractions, in other words, you'll venture out with a lot of freedom and you'll feel your prosperity really growing with this connection. So again, this happens on an 11-day, this new moon, on an 11 date. The 1111 portal is absolutely vital. It's a beautiful, extraordinary moment at the beginning of the year with this first lunation. A very exciting moment, a moment that actually propels you forward into what it is you love. And it truly is also a spiritual awakening, because when you walk through that 11, it means that you leave everything else behind. So all your preconceptions and beliefs are no longer part of the equation. And the reason is you are so focused on the present moment, on the here and now, that your beliefs actually don't play a role anymore. It is just your intuition that guides you. So this is a deeply spiritual experience, an initiation, really. When you put all of the components together, there is a sense of being initiated as the year begins. And so to find out more about all the spiritual awakening that is happening on Earth right now, I have a free online class that you can watch at spiritualmasteryclass.com. It's called How to Master Your Stars, the Truth About Taking Your Power Back. And in an 8 universal year, let me tell you, that is what this year is about, is taking your power back. And what we cover in this class is the true meaning of your rising sign, the secrets to spiritual mastery, the important difference between individuality and uniqueness, what we just talked about, also your natal sun and natal moon's placement, and how that placement has a profound impact on your life, and how to instantly connect with Source, with your guides, with Spirit, with your inner voice, with your higher self, and many more secret tools. So it's free, it's fun, and you can watch it at spiritualmasteryclass.com. So have a beautiful Capricorn new moon on the 11th of January, and I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.